Hello, Chris Green here with the Flood Insurance Guru. Today we're talking about disaster assistance and disaster loans. You know, is it a either or an and world? Can you get both? So we're going to talk about those things a little bit today, as we've been getting asked a lot of questions. Hey, can I get disaster assistance and can I get a disaster loan? You know, what if insurance is involved and it just didn't pay enough? So we're going to talk about those things a little bit. First of all, when it comes to disaster assistance and disaster loans and insurance, remember, disaster assistance and SBA loans are only going to be there when those presidential declarations are put in place and you've met those restrictions. You know, SBA loans, which is basically the main loan the government uses for disaster loans, is going to have income restrictions. So it could be that you can't get financing or you can't get help other areas, and this is where SBA loans come into play. So here's the question though. If you have got disaster assistance, can you get a SBA loan? And the answer to that question is yes. What happens is SBA loans can cover up to $200,000. So let's say that you have $80,000 in damage and only disaster assistance covered $40,000. So let's say that an SBA loan could cover up to $200,000. They're going to take out whatever you got on disaster assistance. So what if you had insurance? Well, an SBA loan is going to do the same thing. They're going to take out whatever you got from maybe disaster assistance and insurance. So let's say those two combined for 180, then you might get an extra 20 grand from doing a small business loan if it covers up to 200,000. The other key area where SBA loans come into play is just simply doing the application is we get a lot of requests from people, hey, if I do an SBA application in the middle of the disaster assistance process, am I going to lose my disaster assistance? Am I going to get delayed? And the answer to that question is no. Not only that, but simply just applying for an SBA loan could open up other areas, what are called other needs assistance through the FEMA grants. You know, this could be uninsured furniture, uninsured personal property, and even uninsured vehicles could possibly be covered up to $40,000 in damage. So these are the important things when it comes to disaster assistance, you know, disaster loans and insurance. Just remember, it's not a or world, it's an and. You could end up having all three put together. Now you might have very limited coverage when it comes to disaster assistance and an SBA loan, because flood insurance, if you've got it listed correctly, should pay up to $250,000. You should have additional living expenses listed on that flood insurance policy, so you don't have to worry about that, and you should have replacement costs if it's outside the National Flood Insurance Program. So make sure that you max out your flood insurance policy, because it's the best thing money can buy when it comes to a coverage standpoint. So when you're doing this, just make sure to max that out. What's going to happen then is you might have a $250,000 replacement policy. You might have $100,000 on contents. So maybe you do need more than that on personal property. Maybe you can get some other needs covered under grants through FEMA. But remember, insurance is the first defense. Then assistance is there. And if assistance doesn't cover it, then that's when you go and look for disaster loan. So if you've got questions about disaster loans or disaster assistance, remember, you can always go to disasterassistance.gov, FEMA.gov. You can also visit our website regarding flood insurance and these other disaster assistance and disaster loan questions, floodinsuranceguru.com. Also, remember to like our Facebook and our YouTube channels, The Flood Insurance Guru, where we do daily flood education videos. You can also give us a call, 205-451-4294. Thank you.